Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Let's Stay Gamers, and welcome. So today I wanted to discuss Camouflage. Now, after this modification for these beautiful little bushes popped up on the workshop, it's called Advanced Camouflage by MSI, I built myself this very cheeky little camera device that was just a little bit of a joke to show some of the guys. We've actually got left and right motion, so it's like a little spy camera, and when you finish with it you can pop it down. And it really got me thinking into different methods of camouflaging your equipment in Space Engineers. Now, you know, if you've played on any survival server, if you don't hide your stuff, people will find you, target you, and destroy you extremely quickly. But there's a lot of uses for this modification. I'll show you some of the uses for the modification. We'll talk about different camouflage ideas. Now, something that pops up on the workshop every now and then is the ability to cloak your ships and your weapons, your buildings and structures. But the problem with that is it can be quite overpowered, so you'd have to balance that out with some sort of battery charging cell. And obviously I'd like to hear your sort of thoughts and opinions on camouflage ideas for Space Engineers in the comments below. Now, one of the real basic ideas for camouflage, and it's just paint your ship, paint your craft the same color as the environment. The problem is with that is the objects still really stick out. Like that tank down there, even though it's green, it still really sticks out. So before we continue talking about different camouflage ideas that I've had, this was just another idea I used for these shrubs. And you know how I like to build my abandoned structures, so this is just an abandoned hangar that's been left here. And what I've done is just placed a few large and tiny shrubs on the inside. So if we actually go to our menu here and we get out of that camera, you can actually see a few variations of the different actual bushes we can spawn here. So we can spawn big ones in, like so that's going to camouflage a larger area, and we can also spawn in the small ones. And the small ones are quite good for adding, like, you could a little bit of decay in these areas. Like these crates have started to become overgrown, you can stick that on, you can get a lot better detail than you actually can using the voxel tool, where things tend to look a bit lumpy. It looks like this soily goo has come out the ceiling, it's not being propped up with anything, where with these bushes and trees they actually have to be supported. So that's just another option. We'll show you another quick option down here as well. So we've got ourselves a little sneaky little drone. This drone reminds me of the one from Star Wars, but now it's got a load of camouflage netting on. So remote control, and we just access the control block, and now we've accessed that control block, we can actually get cheeky and start driving this bad boy around. It looks like a little bush on wheels. For some reason it reminds me of a turtle. I've had to change the friction and then a few other factors on this. So as you can see, as our bush takes off into the distance, we can use it to recon. We can stop there, recon the target area, maybe bring it back. Let's try bring it back towards us if we can without going down that hole. Oh god, I think we're going down the hole. Oh god, we've gone down a hole. Now it looks like a bush has got stuck. Poor little creature. So there we go. You could probably walk right past that and not even realise that a ship has got stuck there. I think you would spot it. If you've got a keen eye like me, then you would go, hang on, that's no bush. That's a little ship that's now stuck in a hole. So another one of the options you could use with camouflaging is something like this, like an entrance camouflage. Now, if you know or play Space Engineers for a while, you'll know that there's a strange thing going on. Bushes and trees tend to shift location, and you could have a base hidden behind a bush one day, and then the next day it's just a hole in the ground, and people just wander in and go, oh well, you've got your secret station hidden under here. So there's just another little idea, and the whole point of this mod was to put it on tanks. But the problem I see with tanks is these are like proper sized bushes. They're not like camouflage where they're like a flat tile that you'd stick over, so they block your optic, block your sights. But I guess you're kind of giving that up for camouflage itself. But zooming out, you can see how they turn into a different sort of bush, a lower resolution one that is different from the other bushes in the environment, as you can see as we look across that area as well. So the final element of camouflage in Space Engineers, we're not on a planet, we're in space, we're in ships. So if I just go out up into the darkness, the environment changes once again completely. Now out in space, greys are the better camouflage, and cloaking devices would be absolutely deadly to a larger ship or a larger caliber. But that is as far as I got with my thinking or sort of thought train into the camouflage department. As you've seen before, I made a sniper and attached loads of little gravel balls to it. That's something I'll probably link in the description below, so you can have a look at that, the gravel sniper. And I've also tried to mess around using panels of armor to make camouflage as well. Anyway, check out this bush's sort of modification in the description below. And I'd love to hear your ideas on different ways of camouflaging your stuff in Space Engineers, or things that you'd like to have added to the game. Anyway, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I will see you